Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at IBM Transformation Advisor. And the reason why we're doing this is for Java application modernization. And the target that we're migrating to is IBM WebSphere Liberty in this case. And that is the goal for many of IBM's customers, new and old, to move to WebSphere Liberty. And the reason behind that is because it has a very good throughput compared to other Java implementations out there. It has also a very small footprint. In this case, we're looking at the Pet Clinic standard application compared to Tomcat. So it has a half the memory footprint compared to Tomcat in this case. So these are some of the reasons why a lot of customers are looking to move and modernize to IBM WebSphere Liberty. There is also a report from Forrester, which I recommend, which goes through the total economic impact of IBM WebSphere Hybrid Edition, which includes IBM WebSphere Liberty, but also includes the tooling that we're going to take a closer look at during the demo. First off, we're going to look at the WebSphere application server traditional. That's our source that we want to modernize. So that's the Java application server from IBM in this example. So we have applications in there. And then of course we're going to use Transformation Advisor, which is installed on OpenShift. And we will see and download a so-called data collector. And then we're going to use this zip file, which contains all the applications from WebSphere Java application server. And then we're going to run it through Transformation Advisor to do analysis and get recommendations, etc. So let's take a look at this. So let's log into the Java application server. So this is a standard GUI for WebSphere application server traditional. And what we're going to take a look at is customer order service application. In particular, we have 5 different applications in this case. So let's log into IBM Transformation Advisor. So we log into OpenShift. And in there we access the GUI for the Transformation Advisor. What we start off with is to create a workspace, which we give a name. And in a workspace, we will create a collection. So this is a way to organize if we have many different transformation projects within the Transformation Advisor. Potentially we can have hundreds of modernization projects going on. So this is the way we can organize that within the tool. So let's take a look at the data collector. So we can download that directly from the Transformation Advisor. We save it and unzip it and use the command prompt to access the Transformation Advisor command line program. We then point that to the IBM WebSphere application server in this case with the right credentials to log in. Then we get this screen, and I speed things up here in the clip, but it takes a bit more than a minute to extract and then upload that into the Transformation Advisor. So we can start to look at the recommendations, the rules engine within Transformation Advisor. So if we go into server 1, here we can see all the applications that we looked at earlier. But we have a migration target. We have 2 different ones, Open Liberty and WebSphere Liberty. And we can also see the complexity of moving customer order service application to Open Liberty or moving customer order service application to WebSphere Liberty. So the complexity for Open Liberty is moderate, And for WebSphere Liberty, it's simple. Background to that is that OpenLiberty is the open source variant of Liberty, and WebSphere Liberty is the commercial one. And WebSphere Liberty covers more APIs and Java standards than OpenLiberty does. So migrating to WebSphere Liberty is easier in this case. So let's dig into this a bit more. The estimated development time is 3.5 days for OpenLiberty to do the changes to get it up and running on the OpenLiberty platform. So if we drill down into the application, we can see what's going on and what are the related issues. So in this case, we have technology issues around OpenAPI, around persistence, and nothing around database connectivity or security. But the OpenJPA seems to be an issue. So we can go into technology report as well. Here we can see what WebSphere platforms we can migrate to. And it seems to be that this application could be potentially moved to all different kinds of WebSphere application servers. We can also go into reports around analysis to get a more detailed view. So in this case, we can go in and look at the severe. And if we go into OpenJPI, for example, we get rules help. So in this case, we get exactly what we need to do. We need to migrate properties to Eclipse Link, which is used instead of OpenJPA. And we get information, rules, and help on what to do, but the changes we need to make this run on OpenLiberty. So let's go back to the server again, and then we can go in and take a look at when the migration target is WebSphere Liberty. The estimate of days was 0 days in this case, because all the Java functionality is already covered in the commercial version of WebSphere Liberty. So we get some suggestions, and nothing serious. We go into analysis report as well. We have some rules flagged, and we can drill down and see exactly what is going on. So if we move into a cloud, for example, we might need to use a VPN tunnel. If we're not doing that, that shouldn't be a problem at all. So if we go back, and then we can look at something called the migration plan for the customer order service application on WebSphere Liberty. What is generated for us is the configuration files for WebSphere Liberty, which is the server XML. There's only one configuration file for WebSphere Liberty. And I just want to show you the first part here is what will be used, what API or Java standards that will be used. And those are the only things that will be loaded when migrating. So in that case, it's very slim, and that's the way we can keep down the memory footprint. But let's summarize what Transformation Advisor can do. The main point is to move to WebSphere Liberty, right? So it accelerates modernization from WebSphere App Server to Liberty, but also Weblogic to Liberty and Tomcat to Liberty. So it's the same type of tasks that needs to be done. One uses the data collector and connects that to WebSphere, Weblogic, or Tomcat to extract and get the advice from the Transformation Advisor. It can determine the complexity of the apps and the estimated time to move and modernize your application. If you want to go to Kubernetes, for example, or if you're going to Docker as a containerized platform. And automatically it will generate configuration for the move to Docker or Kubernetes, for example. So a very nice way to, one, get an estimate of how long things will take and exactly what you need to do based on the rules engine that is used within Transformation Advisor. So thanks for watching, and I hope it was useful.